Hey, how you all doing? Welcome to this Enlight app tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make yourself a really cool logo, you know, for your YouTube picture, Twitter, social media type things, and it'll also be it'll appear sort of 3D type of effect as well. So let's get over into Enlight and do that. So first and foremost, you're just going to need an image of some description. I'm just going to use this image here. What I would suggest is, if you look at the platform that you want to place the logo on, be it Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, most of them have their own sort of size that a logo will be. So what I would suggest you try and do is try and get an image that is firstly around that size. You know, just a free. It doesn't matter. Just get any stock image off the internet, because you're going to cover it completely anyway. So just try and get the one correct size. So if say for instance YouTube logo is 50 by 50, try and get an image that's 50 by 50. Just Google search that. So it's really quite simple. So let's get on and do this image. So I'm just going to go to filters. By the way, if you want to just open this sidebar, you can click the little three bars at the top, or you can just tap on the screen and it will show you the menu. And then I'm going to go filters and expand my filters, and then I'm going to go to duo. I'm going to go tools at the bottom, and then shape. Select radial. Now you can sort of have any shape. I'm just going to show you a radial, so you could have like a linear effect or a mirror effect, so it's sort of two different colors, but I'm just going to use radial because that's the background I want on my logo. And I'm going to go back to tools. I'm going to select the first color, which is the outer color, and I'm going to have that as black. And then the second color I'm going to have as this type of yellow type, this yellow type color. I'm then going to go to blending and select normal, and you'll get this fill effect like so. Now I'm just going to feather the outer yellow around the outside. I'm just going to feather that a little bit more. So I'm going to pinch and squeeze, and this will expand the colour like so. But I'm just going to drag the colour down a little bit, and then with these outer anchors, these ones on the outside, I'm going to drag them out. So I'm just going to hold my finger on and drag them out, then pinch and squeeze till I get the desired effect, and I want this sort of feathered look, this vignette feathered look on the background. So I'm going to click OK on that. So you could type flatten, which is this little arrow on the right hand side like so, and then that will just allow you to continue working in the same area that you're in, you see. So you could change the, you could just work in the same area that you're already in, or you can select this little tick up the top right hand side, and this will take you back to the start sort of menu where you first started off. Okay, so now we're going to close the filters down, and we're going to add some text. Now I'm going to type, select type, and I'm going to long press to edit, so just hold my finger on the screen, and then I'm going to type the text that I want. I'm just going to use 13th design or 13 design, and then I'm going to click done. Don't worry too much about clicking done. You can still, I'm just pinching and squeezing to expand the size. Now you notice if I, one of the recent updates, if I drag this to the center, I will have these crosshairs to show me that I'm on the center of the screen. And then I'm going to go tools, and I'm going to go spacing on the left hand side. So first and foremost, I'm going to go characters. Now this will just expand the each text, each character, or close it up. And I'm just going to close this up a little bit, and then I'm going to go lines. So I want my 13 closer to the design, and I'm going to drag that down. So I do indeed get the 13 closer to the design. And then I'm going to go back to tools, and then I'm going to go fonts. So then I'm just going to select a font that I want to choose, and there's lots of fonts that you can choose from. Unfortunately, you can't add your own as yet, but I'm sure that will come. And I'm just going to I'm going to find a font that I think sort of looks minimalistic but professional, and I think this one here next to the dotted line. I will do a tutorial quite soon, as we're in this stage anyway, on how to use these dots as light bulbs. It's a really good effect, but that will come later. So yeah, I'm going to choose this next one, next to these little dots right here. I'm then going to go to Tools, and I'm going to go just drag the size up a little bit and drag it back to the center, like so. And I'm going to go Transform. Now it's up to you how you have it transformed, but I think to get the best 3D effect, if you choose this bottom right anchor point and drag it towards you, and then the top one and drag it also sort of so you're getting the text coming your way, like so. And then we're just going to drag this one back and this one back, this bottom. So the text almost looks like it's on a side view. We're quite happy with that. And then we're going to go to the shadow. Now with the opacity, I'm going to select opacity, and I'm going to drag the opacity right up so there is no opacity on the shadow, and you can actually see the shadow behind the text. And then the offset, if you look at the angle of the offset, you want it to match your text direction. So it's pointless having the X offset, over here, because that doesn't match your text direction. So you need it over to the right hand side of the screen as you're looking at it. And then the Y offset, I'm just gonna drag that down a little bit, which also drags it closer to the text. Then the blur radius, I'm going to drag the blur radius right up, and that's us okay with that's me done with the text. So it is really about messing around with the shadow to get it to the desired effect. So I'm going to move my text till I'm happy with the placement of it, and then I'm going to go to the color of my text, and I'm going to also to make that the same sort of yellow that I've used on the screen. And then I'm going to go to blending. And just have a mess around, really, just mess around with the blending modes to see which one you're happy with. But I am actually going to select this darken, because that's the blending mode that I want. But you can mess around with any of the blending modes just to get it right. But I'm going to use darken, like I said. And I'm going to drag the darken up to 100. I'm then going to go back to Tools, Transform, and just get my my text again. So I'm a little bit happier with the way it sits. Not quite happy with the way it sits. You know, so this is quite a challenging tutorial to do also. So I'm quite happy with the way my text is sat at the moment. If you look, it gives a nice 3D effect, and if I click, if I pinch and squeeze, I can zoom in or zoom out. So I'm quite happy with the way my text is sat at the moment. Again, you could try that with different fonts. Let me just undo that, and I'm just going to click the little tick button up here to say that I'm happy with that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to close down the brushes, the text, which closed down, and I'm going to go to Image. I'm going to go to Adjust. I'm going to go to Tools, Basic, and then Contrast. And I'm going to drag this contrast up the way like so, until I get this desired effect. Likewise with the exposure, I'm just going to ramp up the exposure a little bit so it brightens it up. You notice down here it is quite dark, quite hard to see, so it just brightens the effect up. And then I'm going to look at offset, and this will brighten whiten the brighter areas. Then brightness, again, just mess around with the brightness till you get it to something you're happy with. If you drag it down a little bit, you get these sort of these omnidirectional little circles around the outside of the text as well. So this is something that I'm happy with at the moment. I'm going to click the tick button, press the just touch the screen, and look at what we started off with to what we've now got. I'm going to save that out. Got that saved, and then just have a quick look at that, and you will see that that does indeed look like we've got a 3D text effect for an excellent logo on a really good background. I hope this tutorial I hope you found it useful, and I hope you go forward and make your own awesome logo. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back very soon with more tutorials. Catch you soon.